Ye ba beko IMF. Ghana for do na ebisa omo questions. Questions do na Ghana for ebisa. Na aban ese odo no owo ho no. Oma amanfo adwen a wo mo adwen no enkoye wo mo ntanta. Eti aban se ensema echichire nkofo adwen wo mo tirim no. Ono so adwen ho ehun se nkofo obisa enti ano yie adikan aba monten so. Eti se ne eye IMF team no ehia sansensem we nyina ebepiepie nanso so no ano yie a aban ewo enie. Na se wofa ensema amanfo adwendwen ho bisa aban so atrase ehu no se ensema nkofo bisa ni ono so ede ano yie ede aba ensem bebre eye point by point, question by question, into eye frequently asked questions amanfo bisa wo ho na aban ahwa ono so ede aba monte so. But me de question number 19 ana na pempese me ne wo edi hu nkomo na ewo ho ana question na aban ebisaaye amanfo nso bisa ene say, will free SHS and some of the big government policies such as Agenda 111 be suspended by going to the IMF? And the government responded, no. IMF programs are flexible in response to evolving circumstances. Ultimately, the IMF encourages government in the program designed to protect the poor or vulnerable groups from the impacts fiscal adjustment. Free SHS, the school feeding program, among others, are good social intervention programs, and it is lack of financing and unsustainable debt burdens that could constrain a government's ability to maintain its level of spending. Enti aban ensema all kano about the free SHS policy no ebi enye. Enti se wutie ne aban kana na kyese eye niema bi mu na akwakoyo hawo ama sa programs we nyina ewo ahohihiam nanso se ska ohodom de a no entumi nkwa ahohihiam na emom no IMF kona aban kono de. So these programs no aban IMF entumi suspended, and it continued by saying say, including social or investment spending. In our situation, the IMF may ask Ghana to consider curtailing lower priority or non-productive spending, such as white elephant projects, as part of its fiscal adjustment, but to preserve priority social spending, including on health and education. The objectives are typically aimed at the objectives are typically aimed at providing a social safety net for the poor and ensuring that investment spending boosts the economy at a critical time. However, government in its enhanced domestic program has started a review of these programs to see how best they can be optimized and become more efficient. Abayna ekasei. Enti, the free SHS program, government says, will be reviewed for it to be optimized and to become more efficient, but it will not be suspended. So what does government mean by review? John Dramani Mahama spoke about reviewing the free SHS policy when he comes to power. In the 2020 general election, or in a campaign, and all this answer way etuja. But in person we take John Dramani Mahama, Abra or Kasa Asem.
In the first 3 months of my coming into office, we will hold a stakeholder consultation with parents, teachers, and educational experts to identify and eliminate all the bottlenecks that are affecting the effective implementation of the free SHS program. Mr. Chairman, free SHS is here to stay. Indeed, it is underpinned and guaranteed by the 1992 Constitution of Ghana, and it cannot be reversed by any government. Mr. Chairman, but all administrations, including this one and any future one, have an obligation to make it a qualitative and enjoyable experience for our children. I'm determined to make secondary education a beneficial learning experience more than the current miserable conditions our children are having to face under the Nana Akufo-Addo administration. At a later date, before the election of 2020, I intend to lay out in detail before all stakeholders and the good people of Ghana our blueprints for the educational sector, and especially our plan for making the free SHS program more sustainable.
Anyway, John Dramani Mahama, or say, Obe review the free SHS policy, say, Obetana Akunyaswa. And so Bekaya, a bra or cast as him with a response and others are Egbaye, Emma, even the brofu review no tend to be something else, for which then many were of the view say review means cancellation. Review means cancellation. So, this time, government want to make the free SHS more efficient. It means government will also review the free SHS policy. But let's listen to Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Abra, or non so or Kasa Ediafa free SHS program. No one all responded to John Dramani Mahama Abra Oka about the review of the policy. Listen to government. Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo.
School as me. Every time I'm a boss, so say Nyankopo ma me kwan na me ba me pese me we bie kwan ma ye ma no nyina atumi akọ school no. When the men you want to tinye they get first in electoral gimmick. I feel to me yet the mayor cry didn't fear do no. And you bet to me aye. Ikasano bedre. Isika say. And so say Nancy, what you say when you are to more, you engine to more. The air can say, yeba be review policy no. Now review your policy. Review your policy. Yeah, come policy and I'll say review. Review your policy. No, be a say on pay. No cancel review. I don't need the over cancel. It is all about the train. Yes, sir. Yeah, Babbitt now, I'm not about the train. Yeah, and play no net and play the snap. See about the train. Yeah, and play no net and play the snap. Ghana for and play and the Babbitt train. School at the end of the
So, this is Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Ona oka say obi ese ade no ono no ompene manema so. Enti se abaso na nipa ne se oba aba review a. Wonim nipa no mindset. Nipa no eba aba be se no obetwam. Enti ma review be ye cancellation. But I quite remember this issue of review. Nkrofo do na naka ho nsem. Even Yera Ken Oforiata ekra akoko pie mu ewo ACTV. Abra one mi amenua Bernard Avle edi nkomo. Ena oka say policy ne de it has come to stay. Na emum no senka onya anka wo mo a wo wo akwanya se wo mbetua ama wo mo ma no ye ma wo kwa ma wo ntua. Ana me boa ɔka saa asɛm wei ɛma no nso so ɛbɛtɔ nkurɔfoɔ asom ɛma no kɔyɛ nsɛm bebree. But here we are today. The government says the IMF will not suspend it, but rather wɔn ɛbɛma program no wɔn bɛ enhance no na ba bɛyɛ more efficient. Yɛntie Kano Foriata.
The issue of free education, I don't think it's something that any of us can compromise on, you know, and true, it may be that there have to be changes in the way in which we are administering it. You know, I can't take my child to Achimota or Dogono and then leave him or her and drive away and can Oforiata not pay anything, once I can pay for 10 people. We need to.
So why did you implement it then?
We need to question. Well, you need to begin to get the data, to then be discriminatory in how and who pays and who doesn't pay.
But you could have done that before, Ken.
I'm not sure that we have.
If you start with the free SHS and then now you're saying, okay, 90,000 have come on board. But there are a lot of people who have benefited who could have paid.
Yeah.
So why didn't you get the data before you started the policy? Now we're told we're going to have a multiple stream
You're
of admission.
You're actually
and all
going to
that.
have maybe 180,000 more people.
Yeah.
But Bernard, you know that, I mean, each soul is important. You'd rather make that mistake to get, if it is a mistake, to get everybody in the system.
Opening our the finance minister, Yura Ken Oforiata, and Ode and some way in a tuja. William Body, Educate Africa Initiative. Ono ena oye womu kofa by ene opening oda womano meneno eni nkomo aja mache
Yenyo
na boko de
ene yesenra
okay. So as a policy analyst, when it comes to education obia enim o pedigree na free SHS ehun sembaye we will review, the one to review will cancel it, so the profile and all that. Here we are today. Government at the frequently asked questions at the Aba Mountains. I say government is telling Ghanaians to say going to IMF and then engaging the team today, they will not suspend the policy, but rather the domestic policies, government will review them to enhance them and to make them more efficient. So government is to review the free SHS policy, Agenda 111, and many others. Do you stand vindicated by all what you said and called for a review of the policy?
Okay, Mintia Arefo. Mia Mehu the Okan Wasami. And simple strategy abano using say or test the reactions of the general public.
Oh, okay.
And to be honest, the air course in Yinano HSA one free SHS policy not a buyable review. But because of said that has become the only flagship campaign message. The current president ebetimi di abononsa for hene ntino. Say Obabonte say me review and me year free ho a ono abehun say ade bi obeye bia ne agiagu. It's na otwen e na aban we nso nim say obeko IMF. Eti E11 no na omo force na nka omo de E11 no ekrampo no asa agi loan. Eti E11 be serve as a collateral. And unfortunately, yes I say omo certificate no brofo no metimi aka ba te fenyansa ni santi no omo entimi a organize the town hall meeting.
But if you say so, this one is an insult to the government.
Minia,
No,
unim bibi.
say if you nyansa ni so a, it's an insult.
Minia, unim.
Yes, sir.
Be unim bibi.
No, sir.
Sɛ obi ka sɛ kaya so deɛ ne nsa susa wadi watem.
Oh, but it say obi ani about if you nyansa.
Efie nyansa obi timi ka sɛ asomasi deɛ ne sukuu nsɛm no ɛnkɔ nkan ɛno no edidi atem. Ɛnyɛ didi atem. Unim bibi. When somebody tells you, say, who was the 11 and for me, for teaching them the better so no, I know it's not in so. If say if you answer, sir, but they had to know home.
Yes, sir.
Those that we think say we should bow down, we should sleep on the floor for them to walk over us, no. Those people don't respect us.
Oh, okay.
They don't even regard us as human beings.
But then say, if we fought each other all the time, it doesn't make things right.
So me, to the best of my knowledge,
yes, sir.
so be catch them say, ufiye nyansa esa, oni akunu ni di matem.
All right, that is your view. So carry
that
on.
is my view.
To us, way.
So, na 11 was a collateral. Now, everything indicates say, are there in front of proper governance there? This particular type of MPP, what Bemini there, it didn't hold. It is a question saying, just to see the reactions of a MPP. Yeah, Adebia wo obeka, the memeka, the old team beka biano. We normally base on the past records. Before say IMF, yeah, Nanado, ebe say finance minister say, Uncle IMF no, and then you social media. Ye who gabi ochiri dako. Our throw be go theater. Say on no be agree with Ghana going to IMF with policies, principles. So it is clear. Whether na ye Freddy na no na aban ne de. Our person review, but we review at the assembly. It is now, this is the time. How do we understand review in Ghanaian political context over the years? It is clear, say, free SHS in the Ebeko, more efficient. Efficient in how? Which way? Yeka say, free SHS policy no any efficient. It is on the review, say, Yama Sikafoni India. Now, Omo Munibino, Omo Munko ni free ana, and as ye be years for cry, now boarding for no, this Oma be video, and as a day for a video, no, so no,
yes, but say, we share the Q&A now. Say, government say the policy itself will not be suspended, it will still be there, but the domestic policies are buying and sachas, you know. You better enhance no, for it to be optimized and to become more efficient. Into which is I don't know, ebia etosini obabia afi ye be hihye ne ye na ya ma anija ewom no aye kra be.
Se yanfo anko school ntem.
Yes sir.
Na se wo start wunyi ofia na se yetu ma memofo. Na wo be ya de na wache ofia sanfa ne nko school na wo ma me de wo start class 1. And now those start class 3 a minia uwe university a untimi nsan go back to KG. Enye there is time for everything. Policy nankasa ahase no ya ahase ye. So review be no ebema policy na more efficient be.
Oh how?
Unim
Dabi.
Ne how ni nyina ne say the fundamental of the policies no akwa ana atia ene ya force one ye gina so ana atia mo baby a enyi adui first batch our level 200 review papa bay bill before say obeji obi nso adi no wo beji me buadi adi no say o me ne buadi akasa okokom say me ne be interview no pay it we dey mo rest assured say buadi me fe na me sabe kana wa hwe the past days and years frɛ me a na wo hyɛ me brad I am metimegye so ɛno na bɛma wo confidence now yɛmfa free SHS then so mekyerɛ policy bɛn pa na aba we dia ba what me review a it may more efficient kyerɛ me
Tell.
so indicators kyerɛ sɛ there is no alternative 2018 and the current minister of finance ekotra TV station this say ebeya ankesikafo ntua that is free SHS no na mo money bi no omo nko ni free ekosi sen eti adentin ye 2022 ansa na afi de ye ba be kankasa we are just waiting to scrap that policy because how are you slogan a year policy no you hear to me ye implement me can be o me a me kasa me can be ye hu de o but na ye fo say nanka ye benya to wase am better foundation na si ye si dan na gina so a enfrema bo insutu nanka aya petampe but that wasn't the case.
Okay.
And what you know ye true ye review no krampo no ye sign ye specific say ye more moments some will be at least 90%. Now moments some ni bi 100%. But ni nyina mu no antasum